Or when there's no rain, what will happen? This will lead to
The plants will die.
Ma'am, everything will
die.
gets dried up and no food and water.
Yes.
no food and water. So basically,
And also no trees.
the soil mainly dries up because of evaporation process continuously being happening, transpiration also continuously being happening, and water will also be lost because of transpiration.
Transpiration.
Transpiration will be high, and rivers and ponds, they all
Gets
will
dried up.
They all will be dried up.
dry up.
And if there is no trees, there will be no oxygen. So everyone will die.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that is also there, and all this will affect the humans, animals, everybody. Okay, all the wild plants and everybody.
All the
And
living beings.
this is happening continuously for, but drought, when you call something as a drought only if this situation continues for 1 or 2 years. Only then it's called a drought. That land itself will become a barren land, a dead land. Okay, so this is all about drought. And so the consequences of
After drought, we can use the land.
you cannot use it and it will lose its fertility. If this continuously happens for 1 or 2 years, you can never make it fertile again. You can see this. Yeah,
Does a desert come under a drought?
that is a desert. Drought is something that is happening in an area after flourishing of vegetation. Nicely, vegetation is there, people are living happily over there, and suddenly there is no rainfall in that area.
Okay.
Then it's called drought. Okay. So the result of drought, maybe there will be no crops. So no food and fodder. So we know food, and the overall consequences will lead to loss of lives. What is the meaning of fodder? Anybody knows?
No.
No.
It's basically food that is given to the farm animals. This food is for us. This food is for farm animals, domestic animals. You know, hay and all, no? You give the horses and the
Yes,
animals. So food for so it's a new word. Okay, it's called fodder. Okay, so there'll be no food, no fodder. So only if food is there, we will survive. And sometimes you'll also need meat. So that meat can be given only if the animals are healthy. And the animals that don't have food, they'll also die. So no food, no fodder. Okay, so this is one of the natural calamities caused by water. The other one is flood. So when this will happen because of
Heavy rain.
Heavy rain. Heavy rains, volcano eruptions.
And continuously heavy rains and
okay. So what will happen if continuously it rains? The level of
The level of
and
water
level of the water
will
increases.
Will increase.
Ma'am, if we have heavy rains for 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 days, then we have a flood.
yeah, 3 to 4 days or even a week, then floods will happen. Okay. So the soil surface, what will happen to the soil over here?
Ma'am, it will be it will not be, it will be, all the crops will die, ma'am.
All the crops will die, yes. It will become very laden. Okay. The soil becomes very laden. Laden means it will be carrying a lot of water. Okay. Basically, now
Yes,
you
ma'am,
take,
it will becomes heavy.
yeah, it becomes heavy and laden. So soil. Okay. So that happens. And when the soil gets too much of water, what will happen in the soil? The air in the soil,
That's decreased, ma'am.
air decreases. So there is no pores for the soil to breathe. Okay, there's no breathing air, nothing is there. So due to the lack of air, the animals that is living in the soil will also,
Ma'am, they'll die.
they'll also die. Okay, so heavy rainfall will also result in the loss of crops. Okay, so all the crop foods and everything, they'll die because of the flood. So a number of the factors that is responsible for the flood, there is like a lot of factors. Okay, it's not only rain. So these factors, they can be intensely and the duration of rainfall, the what do you say, this will like ruin, like you said, no, like glaciers melting. So there are many other causes, but mostly it happens because of heavy rainfall only. Okay, so these are the consequences that is caused. So you would also have losing lives, and many things. These are the two important natural calamities. Okay, so apart from water being a very dangerous thing when it comes to a calamity, there are, you know that there are many regions where there is no water. Okay, for them there's no water to drink, for bathing. It must be ages since they bath. No water for brushing. We just save this water so preciously. So to protect water from depleting in our for our future, what should we do?
We should not waste the water.
No, we should not waste the water.
Shouldn't waste it, and we should conserve it.
We should conserve it.
Okay, so this process we're going to see, it's water conservation. So it is very important, you know, that the water should be used very carefully. So we should take good care of water, and we should make sure that it is not
Wasting.
wasted. So it is not necessary that the water used in the garden, you know, that the water used in the garden, you need not drink it. So
Yes,
you can use wastewater, salt water, doesn't matter. Okay, so yet there are a lot of people in rich areas and all, they use drinking water for watering the gardens. So why would you do that? So this unnecessary use of water. Okay, so we should use the water like already used water, like the water that you've used for washing the vegetables, fruits. You
Ma'am?
can use that water. Yes.
Ma'am, and there should be rainwater harvesting also.
Yes, rainwater harvesting can also be there. So that is also one of the ways of water conservation. So always you should be careful that the water tank in your house, it's not being overflowed. Okay, so we should like turn off the motor exactly the right time. So we should not use like a hose pipe to wash our car. Instead, you can use a bucket of water. So that will save. So this is the small things that you can do, and yes, rainwater harvesting can be done. Okay, so and what else you can do? Just like brushing your teeth, make sure the tap is turned off. So there's small things that you can do. So rainwater harvesting is one of the biggest methods that have been used since like a long period of time to save this water. So water harvesting is the activity of, what is rainwater harvesting?
Ma'am,
What is it?
collecting
Collecting the water into tanks, underground tanks.
Yes, sir.
So collection of rainwater, yes, in the underground tanks, you're just directly collecting it. Okay, so harvested water, it can be used immediately or it can be stored. Okay, so in Kerala and Mizoram and all, you can see that these are regions where most of the time of the year it rains. Okay, so when it rains almost the whole year, like round and small tanks are used over there in order to collect the rainwater. So this will be drained from the rooftops through the pipes into these tanks. And this water is sometimes directly being used. What they'll do, they just heat it up and they make sure that there is no, all the bacteria is killed, and they will filter it and they'll use it. So in places like Delhi, where the monsoon is only for like 3 months, so it is more useful to collect rainwater as groundwater, because it's groundwater is stored for a long period of time. Groundwater is used for storing. Okay, rainwater sometimes I can have written away clearly. It can be stored or it can be used immediately. So stored can be done in the form of groundwater. So this happens in regions like Delhi. Whereas immediately they use it in regions like, so basically, what is it? That direct usage. So they just boil it and they use it. So this is done in Kerala and Mizoram. Okay, so basically how it will be like, you will like how it is designed. Let me just show you. Suppose you have your house here, okay? Okay, so here you have your roof. Okay, so all the rainwater that falls on the roof is collected through a pipe which is connected over here. There's a pipe which is connected over here.
Yes.
So all the rainwater that flows directly through this pipe. Where does this pipe go?
Ma'am, to
Into
the
the
tank.
underground.
To the ground.
To the tank.
To the ground, basically. Okay, so this pipe directly goes deep into the ground. Okay, and all the water is stored here. What is the water called as?
My groundwater.
Groundwater. So how will you take this water out?
Ma'am, by with pipes.
By hand pumps mostly. Okay, or you can even use pipes and motors.
Yes.
Okay,
ma'am.
so here another tube is fitted from the ground, and here you have your hand pump. So you can see hand pumps in a lot of hand pumps in village areas and all. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
there'll be hand pumps. So you can use these hand pumps to take the water. Okay, so this is called as rainwater harvesting.
Harvesting.
Clear? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, please make note of it. One homework question I'm writing over here, just note it down. This question, you have to find it out. You need to Google and find it out.
Ma'am, what is after no food, ma'am?
1 minute. After what? Fodder. Fodder. I'll just read the homework question once. Just listen. Explain how rainwater harvesting is done. Second question, when and how was rainwater harvesting discovered? We need to find that out. Third, why is Earth called the water planet?
Ma'am, can you move down?
There's nothing else down there. Everything is there on the screen.
Ma'am, water con
Yeah, water conservation down it's there. No waste, no wasting water, rainwater harvesting, everything is there.
Ma'am, what is third question?
Why is Earth called the water planet?
Why is Earth called the
Water planet.
Ma'am, this is Sriteja, ma'am.
Yeah, you can leave the children.
Mrs. Rishit, I'm done.
Okay, Ram. Yeah.
Ma'am, this is Divyesh. I'm done.
Okay, I can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, what is collection of rainwater?
Well, I just wrote what is rainwater harvesting. It's collection of rainwater, right?
Ma'am, I'm telling in water conservation. Last point.
Collection of rainwater can be stored or used immediately.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Yes, sir.